All right, boys, welcome back to the channel. A little bit different today. Season is finished. I'm going to show you the league table. I just thought it was kind of the last two games of the season were just going to be nothing games. We couldn't, I think we were 5 points behind, 5th place. We finished in 6th. We were a good number of points ahead of Betis in 7th. So I thought it's pointless. What I'll do is we'll do a little recap. I'll show you the new Regens, the youth candidates have come through. We've assigned them some Patreon names as well. So I'll show you them. A couple of issues in the youth team. A couple of guys have turned down contracts. Real Madrid are chasing our hottest prospect, our young left back that's just come through. Signed him to a deal, but a couple of other players wanted by Espanyol, weirdly, have turned down deals. So I need to wait maybe a month or two, so hopefully re-sign them on. I'll show you the transfer budget. It's not great. We've got a couple of players wanting out, so there may be a few changes, but once again, with it being Basque or nothing, we are limited in as if we can sell a few to buy a few. It's going to be a case of, well, we're not going to let anyone go unless we've got a replacement. So, right, it's going to be a weird summer. I'm going to spend obviously the next few days doing it, and then Sunday's episode, start of a new season, we'll show you whatever ins and outs, and then we'll also do a live comp for the opening game of the season. Alright guys, let's get into it. Smash a like on today's video for me, subscribe if you haven't, let me know down in the comments if these are these sort of videos that you like. I can quite easily, end of each season, put one of these videos together where we have a look at the team, how they've performed. Let's have a look at Muniain and just let's see, you guys down in the comments have given me some serious shit about Muniain and him playing in the wrong position, but he's finished with really good statistics. Let's go check them out. Let's go. Sixth place, 5 points of Villarreal. What did we end up? 7 points of Valencia, which weren't bad. 7 clear of Betis. Considering we didn't have a great end to the season, we had a weird game against Villarreal, losing 5-3. If we'd have won that and won the Granada game, we may have had an half. Yeah, we'd have gone above them. But it wasn't to be. 6th place, gets us Europa League was what the board wanted. They're happy with us. There's been a few managerial changes as well, and we're still not like in the top 3 for the sack race, as they call it. Celta Vigo have sacked their manager. Madrid are close to sacking Simeone. I think he was the second favourite to go next. And someone else, who I can't think, someone else in the league has been sacked as well. But we're not in them. But we're not in that category of getting sacked. We're just chugging along nicely. 38 games, only 19 wins, but only 8 defeats. So next season, can we turn them draws against some of the lesser teams that we maybe struggle with in the first half of the season? Can we turn them into wins? 67 goals, which was, what, the 5th best. Goals conceded, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're in and around where we are. It'd be nice to get that to around 38 conceded with a few more goals next season. Goal scorers, as you can see, Villarreal didn't get the 20. Not so much of a target. I suppose if we'd have got that 20, we'd have probably kicked on and been Champions League. Villarreal finishing with 16, which, considering I think a team in China now wants him. He's just signed a new deal as well, so he won't be going anywhere. But considering Deportivo in the 3rd team, we're after him in the summer, he's done pretty well for us and will be probably our leading man next year. I can't imagine us changing unless we decide to move Williams up there, which at the moment, if I had to pick between the two as strikers, Villarreal is probably still leading the way. We have got Raul Garcia as well. I think now he's getting to the age of sort of like 34, 35. We'll maybe look at playing Garcia up there a little bit, but then that means that we need to get a shadow striker or some kind of attacking player in. It'll all change. It'll all depend on what player becomes available. We've got 10 million. I like to spend it somehow. We don't really need anything else. I'm happy with the wide players. We've got enough bodies everywhere. We just need to add with quality, and obviously that's going to be difficult with the Basque only policy. So there's Villarreal 16. Muniain finished on 16 goals in the league, which isn't bad. Only 1 penalty from an advanced playmaker out on the left. 9 assists, XG of 10, 10 man of the matches as well, average rating of 7.17. So he's done very well. Did he lead any of the other charts. Assists, the guy has 16, so he must have done pretty well in that. He did. Inaki Williams doing well. Inaki Williams finished on 11 goals, so he just fell 4 short of what we wanted. So next season we want him getting 15, Villa Libra getting sort of like 20. We want Munayin to be hitting the same target again, and then that maybe just propel us up that an extra couple of places into the Champions League. Raul Garcia has done very well, 7 goals, 8 assists. He's now 34. We may look at using him up front a little bit. He's still got a little bit of pace. It's going to be the last season where we get anything out of him, I would have thought. He's got 2 years left. I did sign him to a new deal, actually. He's got 2 years left. He'll be a major part of what we do next season, and then the last season will hopefully be a little bit of a bit part, because we'll have players like Serrano and Sanchez coming through a little bit. So there is Garcia. So the numbers in terms of how players have performed has been pretty bloody good. There's Money, and you look 10 player of the match. He's just got beat. Jose Gaia's had a tremendous season. 37 appearances, 17 assists. He, I imagine, will get snapped up and go somewhere else, hopefully in the summer, to make them a little bit weaker. Squad-wise is looking which players potentially may be leaving us. Is there any? There's some already going because they're out of contract. You know about Igago Hiren, he's going to Galatasaray. Mikel Balenza is also leaving on a free transfer. We kind of covered a little bit in there. He's not played. Look, he's only done 5 sub appearances. Gives the opportunity to maybe to play some other players in there, keep them happy. We've got the only issue I've got though with that is that now we've moved to a back 4. So we were playing Beringer at sort of like a wing back, and we were also doing that with Cordoba and asking them to be now full backs may be difficult. So there may be an opportunity maybe to do something there. If there's anything there we need to strengthen, just squad wise, it is in at left back. But everywhere else is pretty strong. There is obviously players wanted everywhere, which you kind of expect. There's a lot of them that just won't go anywhere. Martinez is causing me problems. He's now unhappy because we didn't strengthen the midfield, and now he's unhappy because I wasn't playing him as an anchor man and playing him as a ball winning midfielder. So me and him are constantly arguing. Vesca wants to go. Munayin is wanted by Man United, PSG and Real Madrid. Lopez is wanted by Fiorentina. Inaki's wanted by all of them. That's a lot of clubs. Villa Libra's wanted. Condro is wanted by a few. Yeah, there could be the only issue we now is as well that we're now in Europe, so our workload is going to be a lot more. We've just literally played 38 league games and 4 cup games, and that's it. So we just need to make sure we don't leave ourselves too short. It needs to be the similar same size squad with similar size rotation. So we've only got 2 out and out strikers in Condor and Villa Libra, but then you've got Williams that can play in there as well. And then the midfield is so fluent. We've got defenders that can play midfield. Yeah, we're going to make sure that it's going to be easier to keep players happy this year. It's just a question of, do we need to sell to try and get a player in? I don't think right now there is anything really available to us. No, there's absolutely nothing. 2 goalkeepers are the highest ratings, and then the third player is the one that we sold in January. Ruben Pardo is not a bad midfielder, but for what we do in there, 8 tackling, no, it's not what we quite want. Look, things may change as the transfer window goes on. It's not even kicked off yet, so we've got plenty of opportunity to do something. But while a lot of the big boys, the other Basque players, are not interested in joining us at all, and a lot of them being Sociedad players, which is going to be difficult, there may not be any noticeable signings in this summer. Now, what we have been doing for the last few weeks is try and get a little bit of more creativity. I was playing with a deep playmaker on defend. That's not worked. So what I'm going to do is, because people were saying how attacking our left side, well, someone mentioned maybe put the ball-winning midfielder on that. So we'll put the ball-winning midfielder on the left, just because obviously we've got Yuri going around there, and Munayin on attack. And then we've sort of like got our wing back here, whoever that'll be, probably Kappa still on support where he's not getting ahead as much. We're going to go with 2 ball-playing defenders a little bit next year. And then this is going to change between attacking, balanced, positive and cautious. We're going to start positive, and then we're literally just going to see how the first sort of like 10-15 minutes go. And then if we're looking like we're up against it a little bit, we'll drop it back maybe against the bigger teams. The 3-4-3 is still going to be a thing. We may do it in European games, remember when we go, even though we've done quite well against the big boys. We may look at using it at some point just to be a little bit more sure up. And it's always good to have 2 tactics. That, especially we're going away from home, playing the bigger boys, may be an option. But for next season, we'll be rocking with that. We'll see how we get on. We've got the players, everyone's there. We've still got, for now, the midfield needs looking at. We've got Ventador coming in. He's actually playing a lot for Bilbao in real life, so he's going to get some more game time as he gets on. Vesca's unhappy, but I can't let him go. Now what we have got in the sort of like in the B side is Nico Serrano, the guy that we spoke about a lot. He's going to get promoted this year. He's going to go into the squad, and also we're going to take Sanchez with us. He's 6'2", and I think box to box wise, he's not bad. His tackling needs to improve. He's not going to be an absolute world beater for us, but while we're in Europe and stuff, he can get involved in a lot of games there for us. And I don't think there's really anything else in there for us just yet. So he's just much of a... Say he's 23. I think some of these players, I'm actually going to look at maybe moving on. Some of them contract-wise are maybe on a little bit too much. Reso, 21. He's not great, is he? He's not great. So that's that. The youth candidates have been pretty good. So now I'm going to show you the youth candidates. I've changed the names to some of my Patreons. So if you're a silver tier and above, you get to, if you want to be, you can be a player in the game, a regen. But because of everyone is got British names, with the exception of Thiago, we've just changed the names a little bit to make them more Spanishy, but they are for the Patreon. So one of our better youth prospects, left back, Pablo Colombani, has just turned down a deal, and he was being tracked by Real Madrid, which is a little bit of an issue. So the next opportunity that I get to offer him a new deal, he's gonna get a whopper. 5'8", potential 5-star. His technicals aren't too bad. Tackling's already 11, technique, passing, marking. It's going to be a decent left back for us. Potentially could be a player that could be good enough to replace Yuri. Yuri's now 30. Next 3 years, vital. Can we get this guy up to at least being some kind of backup standard? So there's Pablo. We've also got Pedro Burgosa, goalkeeper, 16 years old, happy. Can we keep Rufflier for a few years and then let's get Pedro Burgosa in as a backup goalkeeper, potential 4.5 star, looking very nice for a 16-year-old as well. So fingers crossed he can just develop nice, chug along over the next couple of years, and then we'll look at using him as a backup when he turns 18. We've still got Nico Williams, may get first team opportunity. We'll see how pre-season, summer transfers and what happens. If nothing comes in and we're still a little bit maybe short in there, we may promote Nico up to the first team to play alongside his brother. David Gorbutsa, right midfielder. David Gorbutsa. He's French, but he's obviously come through our youth system. Right winger, potential 4-star. He's got a few physicals already. His pace and acceleration, crossing already 11. 15 years old. Remember, he's got 5 years of developing before he gets to sort of like 20 years old. So, 4 years because he's nearly 16. 4 years of developing. Let's just see where some of these youngsters go. They're going to get the opportunity. We may move them up pretty quickly. We'll probably give them till Christmas. We'll have a look at Christmas, and then we'll see if we can move them up into the B team. Maybe once again look at shifting on a few of those B team players that are older and not going to stand much of a chance. Ander Ortega, ball-winning midfielder, 6'1", that's what I like already. We can get his physicals going. Tackling 17, work rate 16, bravery 16. He could be the next box-to-box midfielder, ball-winning midfielder that we're going to want in the middle of midfield. There is Ander. Yeah, quite happy with him. As a ball-winning midfielder, you don't need to do much. We maybe improve on his first touch a little bit. His stamina will improve as he gets older. He's not going to be 16 until December as well, so he's got a lot of developing still to do. So quite chuffed with him. Rian Atoza as another player that's turned down a deal, which is a little bit worrying. Central midfielder, 3.5-star potential, 12 stamina, which for a 16-year-old midfielder is not bad. Technique 11. His mentals are pretty good. We just need to get his technicals. If we can get a lot of these players up to sort of like around 14s and 15s, they're going to be decent backups for us. Remember, we're stuck with what we've got, and we've really got to work with what we've got. We really need to be looking at some of these players and even if they've only got half a chance of being useful to us, we need to do our best to make sure we give them enough of an opportunity to progress, because we can't just go out and buy 18-year-old Brazilian wonder kids. Thiago Pereira, another left back, but also can play centre back. 14 tackling, 14 technique. His crossing's not great, and we do play aggressive centre halves, wing backs. So we'll probably may look at moving him, but his strength is only 5, but 3.5-star potential. We'll see how we can develop him over the next couple of years. We'll just see how he does stamina wise. Head marking's not bad. We can probably get that up to a decent maybe 14 or something, heading up to 14. Tackling could be anything above sort of like 16 by the time he's sort of like reached his 20s. And the last one, Luis Blasente, another left back. Physicals very good. Technicals not bad. Crossing 6 isn't great, but he's got an opportunity. Once again, tackling not bad. 6 foot, so he's got the physicals. Determination is good. Promising, it says centre back. 10 heading, 7 marking. Once again, he's a little bit older, is Luis. So we'll just have to see how Luis Blasente gets on. All right, guys, that is pretty much it. So we've only been given, as I said, £11 million. Do we sell? Probably not. Probably not. This is not going to be the time to sell, because we haven't really got anything that's going to be of use to us in the transfer market. There's going to be absolutely nothing. We may even have a look and see if we can pick up a really good 16-year-old Spaniard, maybe 1 or 2 of those, just to spend our transfer budget a little bit and help us with our youth team over the next few years. All right, guys, that is it. So Sunday's episode will be start of the new season. Let me know if you think if there's anything we can do in the transfer market. What should we be looking for? Let me know down in the comments. Be muchly appreciated. Make sure you smash a like on today's video, and let me know if you've enjoyed this little talk through, little chat. As I said, I just didn't want to do a one end of season kind of pointless game. I thought it'd be good for you guys to see exactly how the club is looking, including, I forgot to do the finances. We're in a little bit of debt, but once we get the TV money in through, that will be fine. Europa League football as well, so that means a good, 10-15 million in the coffers, which will help us no end. And then it may be just a case of consolidating again this season for the second season, and then hopefully a lot more money to play with in season 2. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care. See you at the weekend. See you later.